Namaskar, good morning. Suraj Singh, Faridabad, Bharat, civil engineer. Again to you, same topic, added information. Bharat, the Sanvidhan, Constitution of India. I try to explain to you every day till I can. Sanvidhan, just to refresh that it is there, don't forget it. It is there, you should not forget it. That's very important. Bharat, the Sanvidhan. Preambles and duties and articles. You cannot avoid, don't avoid. It's your interest and my interest and everybody's interest. Forget everybody. Remember Bharat Samvidhan, very important document, and we have to respect it, honor it, so that we get honored. It is not somebody's work; it is everybody's work. Bharat Samvidhan, Constitution of India, for you, for me, for everyone, citizen of this country. Every citizen of this country is honor of this country. Every citizen of this country is responsible for this country. Every citizen of this country is an exclusive responsible, not our leaders. Our leaders are our appointees. They are our servants. They have to serve us. If they are unable to serve, we don't need them. So simple and so clear and so powerful. Preambles state that, mandate that. Preambles means preamble means pre means पहले, am means mother, mother से पहले, माता से पहले. I consider preamble of Constitution of India, preamble of Bharat ka Samvidhan as Bharat Mata because it gives me everything I need for my life. Preambles give that. You read it, you will understand that. Just because it is written, we people of this country constitute, we people of this country are pleased, you can say, I'm just interpreting that, we people of this country having solemnly resolved to constitute this country, Bharat, India, into, and parameters are defined, characters are defined. It is like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. 5 points are there, 5 authorities are there, 5 powers are there. I am sovereign, I am socialist, I am secular, I am democratic, I am republic. These parameters are for each and every citizen of Bharat. All 130 crore to 140 crores, whoever we are and who come to this country by birth or by naturalization, everybody has these powers of parameters. This criteria is awarded to every citizen of this country, and these are very fruitful criteria and very powerful criteria, but imports with these all kinds of duties, responsibilities, and actions required by a citizen to be done, conducted, so that we keep this country safe and rising. It's not philosophical talk. It is not imaginary talk. It is not just a poem or a prose. No, it's fact of life. Once you are a member of this country, you are a citizen of this country, you have powers, and linked to these powers are responsibilities and duties which we are supposed to do as citizens of this country, and we have to force these leaders who have been appointed by us to do job or get lost. That's it. Until you don't think that you have this power, these people shall act as criminals, and they have been acting as such, irrespective to whatever party they belong to, or they are independent. We want to see them work for us, serve us, or get lost. They are service providers and they are not our masters. They are not our honors. We are honors as Bharat citizen, Bharatvasi, Indian subject. Not these people who jump because of us. No, they cannot buy us. America may buy Jammu and Kashmir, America may buy Palestine, America may buy Greenland, but they cannot buy us. Don't think money can buy anything. Money cannot buy people. Money cannot buy land. Money cannot buy anything except some materials and some service. It cannot buy even. It can exchange. So I am not on sale as citizen of this country at the hand of leaders because they are not my leaders, they are my servants. I am leading them so that they lead this nation. I am leading them. I am delegating them power to lead this nation, to serve me, each and every citizen. We have to understand this way. So far, we have understood different way. Educated people or uneducated people in this country, matured people or pragmatic people or illiterate people, ill known with knowledge or educated, or everybody has so far understood miserably. Illiterate wise, no, we don't have. I have power in this country as citizen of this country, which power has been secured to me by preambles of Constitution of this country. These 5 points again, this is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, and to secure me these parameters for granting me justice, social, economic, and judiciary, all this justice, whatever justice is required is there, and the equality of status and equality of opportunity and liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of brief, liberty of worship, whatever is there. And all these lead me to achieve fraternity principle, fraternity existence among all our people of this country without considering religion or social stratification. This is what we are. Equality, liberty, expression, whatever is there, we have to get that. Preambles don't define any religion. Preambles define social justice, which is there, which means there are stratification, which are to be improved, which are to be upgraded, and that is what is SC, ST, OBC, etc. What we have to say, we have to understand these preambles before understanding our constitution and before understanding what we are. Don't downgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself in mind and in conscience. Don't think that we are downtrodden people, we are poor people. These people will give us food. Don't think that. These people shall never give us, these leaders shall never give you anything. They will take everything from you and run away. These are all leaders, irrespective of whatever party they belong to. I'm not naming any party. Be careful of these leaders. They have befooled us for 72 years, and again they are befooling us, all of them. They were befooled us, now they are super befooled us. Be careful of that. This is my country, and this is not Prime Minister's country, this is not President's country, this is not Supreme Court country, this is country belonging to none but to me. I am citizen. You have to say it by pride and with high head, not with like this. No, this is my country. I am honor. I am poor. I don't know, but doesn't make a difference. But I have right to vote, right to reject them, right to accept them, or right to kick them off when they are in power. This is my right. You have to understand this. Don't think you are a poor person. You are not poor in democratic power. They are trying to demolish our democracy. They are trying to demolish the constitution. We shall not allow them to touch it. We have to take this oath, whoever you are. These people have come as criminals to hammer this constitution, and we shall not allow them because they want to bring something else which is not acceptable to us. This country belongs to people and not to religious society. This country belongs to minds and not to those who cannot understand. This country belongs to persons, to human beings, and not to animals. Animals are there to support humans. We have to understand this. There are so many issues in this country. These leaders are playing. They are not related to your real issues. Believe me, they are not related to any of your issues. You may not have employment, you may not have security, you may not have anything, but they don't concern that. You may die, they are not concerned. You may commit suicide, they are not concerned. You may die in hospital, they are not concerned. You have to eat or not to eat, they are not concerned. They are not concerned with your problems. They just cheat you by giving you something. Take this and that's it. No, I am not begging. I am not beggar. I am citizen of this country. I want to work. I want to be busy. I want to work hard for this country, but these people don't want you to work hard. These people don't want you to educate yourself. Why not? You have to educate yourself. You have a right to education. You have a right to live. You have a right to food. You have a right to security. Everything you have according to mandate in constitution of this country. We have to understand that. If you cannot understand, we are an illiterate society. There is no use of our degrees. There is no use of minds. There are no use of intellectuals, and particularly those who are intellectuals, they have to understand this. Intellectual by degree or by certification is not adequate. You have to apply that as per our, you can say, documents of religion also, which says application is a must, otherwise knowledge is null. We have to apply that. Why I am telling you, not I am not a preacher. No, I am not a preacher. I just want to reflect what is written there, because people don't take care while reading these letters in a spirit. There is a spirit in every letter in Constitution, and not only in Constitution, in all statutes. All statutes which we have in our country or in states, every statute is backed up by certain soul, certain spirit, and we have to extract that spirit out of the statute or constitution and analyze and understand that. If you cannot do that, then we are fools. Search simply book. No, there's something in field which were conceived by someone. Those powerful MPs, a block of MPs, a group of MPs which are Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, or before that, those spirits must be used, must be extracted from this mandated principle, and we have to use them for our life. Or if these don't apply to us, we have to remove them and substitute by reasonable one. This is our duty. Fundamental duties and preambles are very much linked. We have to use them for our life. We have to understand them. Forget all the articles. First, you understand this. If you understand your duty and your right, no world power can stop you from rising, from awakening. But we have to awaken. Long hours of sleep is bad for health. Similarly, less hours of sleep are bad for health. So if you sleep too long, you will suffer. Your mind will stop. Your memory will not be sharpened. And if you don't sleep too much, if you do 3 hours, that should also be adverse onto you. We have to be normal and understand what we are. No one is beggar in this country, but they are made beggars. No one is poor in this country, but they are made poor. These people are living on our salary, living on our money, living on our taxes, and they are enjoying life. And we are not eating. We have no sleeping room. We have nothing, and they are enjoying based on we work hard and we pay them. This is what is happening. They are not taking our care. There are a list of taxes that we are paying to them every month and every year, and whatever we buy, we pay to them. And they are abusing that money. They are enjoying their life. They are doing whatever they want to do with that money. Why should we pay if they are not serving us? This is a big question mark. They are not serving us. They are wasting their time. They are wasting our time. Their countries our time. We have to set them right to do their duty. If they are unable to do their duty, we don't need them. Simple, very simple. Don't worry about that. You may be smallest person in society or you may be biggest person in society. It doesn't make a difference. Duty is duty. Job of a sweeper is equally important as job of president of this country. No difference at all. Because they are working. They are together capability. What's wrong with that? A person who is working in a receiver line is more important than a gazetted officer, because gazetted officers cannot do that. But that person is taking a risk of life, so that person is more important to my understanding. Because that person climbs down into a septic area where hydrogen sulfide is available, some other toxic gas is available, and that person risks life just to clear that. So who is taking more responsibility? That minister is taking more responsibility, or this person is taking? Who is taking more responsibility? The person who is risking his life is taking more responsibility, because that person is not taking any risk. Minister is not taking a risk. They are not taking a risk. This person is taking a risk of life. Don't think bad job or good job. Job is job. So we have to give job respect to everybody. We are not to think that we are their slaves. We are folded hand. We have to stand with them. No, or it is their feet. No, why? What for? You are not God. Get lost from here. You are get paid. That you are getting paid, and you are working for, and you are not working at all. Even if you are paying you, what's use of yours? I hate such leaders, and I want you hate such leaders. Whosoever leader one may be, don't think that leader is big. No, you made him big. He is nothing. He is human being like you and me. What's the difference? What is the difference? Tell me. He is capable to do something, do it. You are paid for that. Say, if I am capable, so I'm getting money for that. I'm getting remuneration for that. I'm not doing any obligations to society. Similarly, that person is not doing any obligations to society. Why you think that way? No. You have to think for yourself, your country. Bharat is higher than every leader in this country. Bharat is higher than every city in this country. We have to take that way. Think for Bharat, India, and not for these group leaders. 200 now, see 233 MPs who are having criminal background. They are sitting in Lok Sabha. I don't know how we send them there. Did you send them? Do you know any one of them? Did you vote to a criminal? You have to think yourself. Did I vote to a criminal? What's the use of my education if I am sanctioning a criminal to go to Lok Sabha and work for me as member of parliament? I have no mind. I have no analytical power. I cannot think this means. I am a duffer. This is right. We are duffers. We are emotional because emotionalism brings you dufferism. We have got emotional. Oh. No. This is work. This is future of this nation. You cannot be emotional all times. They know that you are emotional. All leaders know you are emotional. They sentimentalize you and take your vote during the sentimental hour, and you give your vote to them. That is what crime you are doing. You are subjecting your Bharat Mata to hands of cruels, to hands of criminals. And criminals shall help you think. Shall they help country? They shall never help country. They shall never help country. Well, just the basis I am telling you how you have to conduct with this country. I'm not saying it's up to you to vote to whosoever you want to vote. That is your privilege. That is your suffrage. That is your right of franchise. You have to decide. I am not their agent. I have nothing and no right to tell you, to ask you whom to vote. It's up to you. But think for country first before voting to anybody, before supporting anybody, whosoever it may be. No one is your relative, remember. And even if someone is your relative, relation is far off, cut off relations to an extent country is concerned. Your first relation is to God, second relation is to country. God relation you don't know, so that is a private one, that's exclusively private. It is between you and between God, but relation to country is among all. We all are related to this country, so we have to take care jointly and severally in a positive manner about future of this country and presence of this country. If present is not good, present is not properly equipped with foundation, good foundation, future shall not be well founded. We have to understand that. Everything is relative. We have to learn from past, of course, we have to learn from our history, which whatever we know in facts is not simply assumption. No assumption is not applicable. Reality is accepted. What is really? We have to learn lesson. Lesson learned is very important. If we don't learn any lesson from past, we are society of fools. We have to understand, we have to know everything what happened in the past, whether it was good for us or it was bad for us. If we realize that, if we understand that, we can take a positive step, corrective step in right direction, take remedial action on that, and then we go further ahead to do right thing, and we further learn from that. If there are errors on those execution of right things, then we have to take further learning and leading like that, so that we rise to higher levels. Nations don't get progress just by assumptions. No assumption is no meaning in practical life. It is meaning in mathematics. It is meaning in scientific subject. It is meaning in so many fields where you start learning that assumption leads to practicality. It's not simply assumption there alone. Assumption leads to practicality. Here it's happening. So my issue was that just to explain about my question, my discussion is something else. Because now very current issue is Jammu and Kashmir, which is still the one I just like to bring to you. I have already explained to you many documents in the past, and I should like to give, because I discovered 2-3 days back some more documents there when a letter was written by Hari Singh, was king of JNK at that time, to Lord Mountbatten about situation existing in that time and what that letter was, what was calamity with that country was. Because that time it was a nation as a country, so we have to call it country. In 1947, what calamity that person faced, I'm just going to narrate to you that one, and that's very important to understand background of that. And that is, I just narrate, listen properly, that Maharaja Hari Singh's letter to Mountbatten. Maharaja Hari Singh's letter to Mountbatten. What it says? It says that this is text of letter dated 26th October 1947 from Hari Singh, Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir, to Lord Mountbatten, Governor General of India, and this has been taken from records of Government of India archives. That's available on the internet. So this letter states that dated 26th October, my dear Lord Mountbatten, what is this? My dear Lord Mountbatten, I have to inform Your Excellency that a grave emergency has arisen in my state and request immediate assistance of your government. As Your Excellency, as Your Excellency is aware, the state of Jammu and Kashmir has not acceded to dominion of India or to dominion of Pakistan. Geographically, my state is contiguous. Geographically, my state is contiguous to both dominions. It has vital economical and cultural links with both of them. Besides, my state has a common boundary with Soviet Republic and China. In their external relations, dominions of India and Pakistan cannot ignore this fact. I wanted to take time to decide to which dominion I should accede to, or whether it is not in best interest of both dominions and my state to stand independent. Of course, with friendly and cordial relations with both dominions. I accordingly approached dominions of India and Pakistan to enter into standstill agreement with my state. Pakistan government accepted this agreement. Dominion of India desired further discussions with representatives of my government. I could not arrange this in view of developments indicated below. In fact, Pakistan government are operating post and telegraph system inside state, though we have got a standstill agreement with Pakistan government. That government permitted steady and increasing strangulation of supplies like food, salt and petrol to my state. Afridi's soldiers in my plain clothes, Afridi's soldiers in plain clothes and desperados with modern weapons have been allowed to infiltrate into state at first in Poonch and then in Sialkot and finally in Mas area adjoining Hazara district. On Ramkot side, result has been that limited number of troops at disposal of state had to be dispersed and thus had to face enemy at several points simultaneously, that it has become difficult to stop wanton destruction of life and property and looting. Mahora Mahora powerhouse, which supplies electric current to whole of Srinagar, has been burnt. Number of women who have been kidnapped and raped makes my heart bleed. Wild forces thus let loose on state are marching on with aim of capturing Srinagar, summer capital of my government, as first step to overrunning whole state. Mass infiltration of tribesmen drawn from distant areas of northwest frontier, coming regularly in motor trucks using Mansehra Muzaffarabad road and fully armed with up-to-date weapons, cannot possibly be done without knowledge of provisional government of Northwest Frontier Province and government of Pakistan. In spite of repeated requests made by my government, no attempt has been made to check these raiders or stop them from coming into my state. Pakistan Radio even put out a story that a provisional government had been set up in Kashmir. People of my state, both Muslims and non-Muslims, generally have taken no part at all, with conditions obtaining at present in my state and great emergency of situation as it exists. I have no option but to ask for help from Indian Dominion. Naturally, they cannot send help asked for by me without my state acceding to Dominion of India. I have accordingly decided to do so, and I attach instrument of accession for acceptance by your government. Other alternative is to leave my state and my people to free booters. On this basis, no civilized government can exist or be maintained. This alternative I will never allow to happen as long as I am ruler of state and I have life to defend my country. I am also to inform Your Excellency's government that it is my intention at once to set up an interim government and ask Sheikh Abdullah to carry responsibilities in this emergency with my Prime Minister. If my state has to be saved immediately, assistance must be available at Srinagar. Mr. Menon is fully aware of situation and he will explain to you if further explanation is needed. In haste and with kind regards, The Palace, Jammu, 26th October 1947, yours sincerely, Harish Singh. And that is what is this letter tells. I just tried to communicate to you facts that are recorded in past, that are recorded in past, but not emerging out to people, which is duty of television channels and media to keep public informed. But those directors of TV media, TV channels, and papers, news are not doing their jobs. Unfortunately, they are only releasing those news which are supported the government, and they are not really professionals in this regard. Their duty is to release all news to public, irrespective of it's good for their nation, it's good for their country, or not good for their country, or it's good for government or not government. Facts should remain facts. Because if certain information is hidden from public, and that can cause damage to public. So we have to keep public informed to an extent it is possible practically. Well, I'm not criticizing them, just information I got it and gave to. So what I say is there are some sequence of documents now. Let us consider. First document was this one. Like UK is a document, of course, a historical document, so you cannot deny this. So this is a letter written by Hari Singh, then King of Jammu and Kashmir, to Governor General of our country, our Dominion India, Lord Mountbatten that time. After that, you can say document is instrument of accession, second document. We have to take it in sequence like that. And then there is a third one, which is called UNO resolution agreed by both nations under orders of UNO, both nations, Bharat and Pakistan. And then there is another one that is internal matter, of course, so-called, but of course it is internal as well as external matter, and that's called Constitution of India, Article 370. And then there are 47, 48 ordinances signed by President of our country, and that's CO number 1 to CO number 48. And then there is a similar agreement 1972, and then there's Lahore Declaration, and there is one more, and before in between them is Delhi Declaration 1952 and 54. So we have to take all these documents in a sequence, just like a professional should do. It's not simply speak, oh, this happened and this is done. No, everything is linked, just like our body is linked. Package of orders and package of documents must be considered in totality and not in isolation. So I am not now deciding something on this. I am not telling what is right, what is wrong. It is court to decide, the government to decide, the public to decide. I am just explaining what I understand, and that is very important to be understood. If I cannot explain to you, I will not speak to you. Why should I speak to you? For what? I thought something is there, so people should know, and that is the only reason that I'm just providing you. I am just inputting to you certain information which I just grabbed from somewhere, and I want to put in the sequences in the professional requirement, and then you should know facts. After that, decision is in your hands. Contemplation is yours. I'm not criticizing government. I'm not just someone. Historical facts are these. Prime Minister duty is to understand that, to interpret it accordingly, and President must have checked everything, but it looks that they are ignoring, they are condoning, they are overlooking. And that is not in national interest and public interest, world interest. We cannot simply run away from our responsibility or authority and claim our power. No, that's not possible. So what it is they are here. Now, Jammu and Kashmir issue is still burning. People are in house arrest, and so far it's there since 5th of August, and it's not a good state of affair. Believe me, for us, for Bharat, it's our degradation of image around world. People are started. If you are started thinking differently, or they may not say something, but they are thinking that way. That this country has forgotten democracy, and this country has forgotten fundamental rights of people, right to lives and rights to independence. Means these people have started insulting because one day they say something, another something. For example, U.S. president says one thing one time, second time, something like that. He started something that I act as arbitrator. Then I was saying, you decide to collaborate together and don't run like this, don't fight like this. Means they are all in a way because they are not getting complete information from the media, and that's another problem. Because it's our country problem. This our and Pakistan issue, Kashmir issue, and the Jammu Kashmir people. It's not a American issue. It's not a British issue. It's not a Russian issue. It's not France issue. They are of course powerful people in Security Council, but so if somebody asks me some issue related to US or somebody to Russia, how can I know until I collect information? Same thing applies to people. They say here, say okay, this right or that means they just try to shed it. I mean, let what I have to take from this. This is your problem. You decide yourself. It's like that consideration. Of course, they're right. Why should they burn their blood unnecessarily? Use their mind for what? There's no output of that. There's a why to waste their time. So let them fight together. We'll see what happens whenever the second we'll see it's like that. So everywhere it's happening. We cannot run away from problems and we cannot run away from solutions. Both we have to see. It may be favorable to us or it may be not favorable to us. It doesn't matter. Problem is problem, decision is decision, solution is solution, contemplation is contemplation, conference is conference. We have to accept all these plus and minus of life. I don't want to be supporter of some political party, and you should also not be. Because political parties having their own interests. Who are political party? I am not political party. I am a citizen. I have my own interest as a citizen of this country and my country's interest first. You should have same until you are party worker. If you are party worker, I don't need to talk to you. No need. What for? You are party worker means just one orientation fixed. I don't have one orientation. My orientation is India, Bharat. My orientation is powers of people and authorities of people and duties of people. My attention is these political leaders who call themselves leaders, they should be leaders only when they serve public. Servicing public means leadership, and not service public means they are not leaders. They are just wasting time of us. They are just taking wrong policy. They are not visionaries. Leader must be visionary. A leader should know what shall happen after 50 years in this country. That's called leader. That's a charter plan, master plan, whatever plan, policy plan, whatever. They should know that. You cannot randomly decide policy for 2 years or 1 year or 3 years. No, that's not possible. That's not worth. They're just cheating yourself and cheating your people. You are cheating yourself first and you are cheating your people. Because sitting in chair is not adequate until you work on that chair. It's not possible without working. Chair, yes, you are in chair, fine. You are prime minister, you are president, you are whatever minister you are, but you have to dispose of responsibility. That must be done. It must be seen that is being done. It's not simply that he will do, we trust. No, trust is not. Trust is good, but every trust is not good. I want results, and you also want results. I'm not saying if you promise something today, you will tomorrow. No, that's not possible. But this is the consideration. Is okay, you are not able to find 100% results, 40%, 50%, 60% pass marks are there. Do that. Why I'm just inclined to force, to share, to stress that think of what we are right or what we are wrong, where we are right and where we are wrong. Can we solve this problem? No, we cannot solve this. If you are able to solve it, fine, solve it. Okay. Now, ultimately, we have to talk together with Pakistan. That's a fact of life. You may accept or you may not accept. You cannot avoid that. You cannot keep 1 crore, approximately 1 crore people of our country under your control for years or months. Already it's around 1 fortnight, I think 5th to 2 days, 22nd. So have enough period you suppress them, oppress them. How long shall you do it? As long as it's suppressed, world shall be against you. Gradually they shall turn against you because question of human right. Okay, they are bad people, maybe they are terrorists, maybe whatever they are, but you are also terrorists now because you are suppressing them. What is the difference between terrorists and you? Same approach. You have to give them liberty and then see what happens. They have a right to fight, they have a right to quarrel, they have a right to speak. Same thing, we have a right to do that. For example, this government, just by on excuse of Supreme Court order, they demolished one temple of Ravidas in Delhi. Why you demolish? This is a 5 centuries old temple. They demolished. You could file review application. You demolish, and those people are not violent. Those Harijans, we call them Dalits or whatever you call them, who are getting violent, turbulent. Why is this? Why did you do this? Means you are hitting society like butchers. Now they are hitting you. They are now taking a different term. They are saying Brahmins fighting Dalits. They are taking that way. Well, they are right. They have a right to think. They say Brahmins demolished it, and we are Dalits. They hit us. So we will not leave Brahmins. This is happening like that. Yes, you can classify, you can convert whatever is there into any formula. And formula, you see their videos. Harijans or Dalits and SC/ST, they respect Ravidas, Guru Ravidas. And there was a temple, it was demolished. It's a very centuries old temple, 5 centuries old, and demolished. Why? Why you demolished that? This is on one side you are saying Baba demolished that. Baba demolished temple and he constructed a mosque. Why you demolished that? What's the difference between you and Baba then? Is there a difference? This means you are not interested in people. You are interested in grabbing land only. That land's values crores, cost crores. But you broke society. Are Dalits not our people? Are they not my family members? Are they not my country relatives? Are they not having same power as I am having? What difference is there? Okay, this is their job and this is my job. Job is something else. They are human beings. I have to consider them human beings. They have right. They are right in this country than I have because they are downtrodden. They have been downtrodden for centuries. You have to consider them positively. Cheats, frauds are in every society. There may be cheats. We are also cheats. What's the difference? They may be intelligent. We are also intelligent. Forget that. Question is, you have no right to pin or pinch some society in this country. You cannot break it. You are not allowed to break society. But you are not caring about that. You are not caring. If society acts like the Brahmins fighting Dalits and Dalits fighting this and Brahmins fighting Muslims and Muslims, how shall we live in this country? How shall this country move? Don't forget, there are various percentages of people in this country. There are 3.5% Brahmins, around 10 to 0.5% Rajputs or Baniyas, what you call them. So this is just 15% those higher profile people in this country. Can they take control of all? They cannot control all. They simply call Hum Pichase Mul Nivasi. They call that. We are 85% people and we are fundamental people of this country. We are real people of this country. And you came from abroad. They say like this. Brahmins came from overseas. They came from Kurdistan. They come from Iran. They come from Iraq. They come from Thailand. They came from Poland to that place. They are calling that way now. So where we are moving to? Are we moving to some good little destination, or we are moving to dip into some sea or some water, dirty water? It's country. Means you are trying to break this country, demolish this country. Why you are trying to do? You don't have adequate guts to talk to people. You are such a weak government. Government means you should communicate with people. You should talk to them. You have courage. You must have courage. You are talking to yourself only. You are not talking to people. You could not talk to Jammu and Kashmir people. You could not talk to these Dalit peoples. You could not talk to those people who are being laid off from jobs. You cannot talk to any person, and you are saying we are powerful government. You are not doing your duty. Without talking to people, you are deciding whatever you intend to do. That is not governance. How can you call it governance? This is dictatorship. This is a democratic country. This is liberty. People have liberty. Preambles secure to me this. They secure to me liberty. They secure to me justice, social justice, and political justice. They give to me everything. But no, I'm not getting that. My colleagues, my members are not getting that. I'm not getting justice. I'm not getting liberty. If you have to take decision, what for I'm there? I'm animal. You can take whatever decision you want over me. You have only power to govern for 5 years, not for 5,000 years. And that power is not absolute. That is relative power. I am sitting there. You are my delegate. You are my agent. I am principal according to contract law, according to general power of attorney law. I have delegated power to you to represent me in that house, and that's it. Nothing else. And that house shall take report from me as government. This is sequence. By going to government, you become master of everyone. This is not by Constitution of India. No, it's not defined in Constitution like this. You assume whatever you are, but don't forget people are powerful than you. Just think there are maybe 40 crore people, 35 crore people like that. If they come together and start attacking, what shall you do? They are also human beings. They are also angry. They can get turned up. They can turn violent. How can you stop that? People cannot be your slaves. Remember. Maybe they can be misled for 2-3 days, for 1 week, but they cannot be misled forever. You think people of Jammu and Kashmir shall serve your touch now? They touch your feet now. They will hold your head because you have suppressed them. You have jailed them. The kids you have jailed. Old men you have jailed. You have done a crime, in fact. You should have diplomatically talked to them. Don't talk to Pakistan. Who is going to Pakistan? But they are your people. If you cannot talk to your people, to whom shall you talk? You are worthless then. If government of this country, prime minister of this country, ministers of this country are unable to talk to their own people, then they are not government. You have no character as government. You have no potential to be called government because you are unable to talk to your people. You have to talk to your people. You have to sort out solutions. That is your job. Just make law in parliament. Parliament is not absolute, remember. Parliament is relative. Parliament is under constitution. And people are above constitution. Remember that. Collective body of membership of this country, 140 crore people, are above constitution. If they want, they can dissolve this constitution. If they want, they can abrogate this constitution. Government of India cannot do that. There's no provision in this constitution that you can mishandle constitution. Yes, you can make laws. You can make laws but per constitution mandate, not according to your choice. That is what constitution says. So you have to understand your limits. You are not absolute power of this country. Power of this country lies in public. No absolute power lies with US government. It doesn't lie with US legislature. It doesn't with even Supreme Court. It lies nowhere in absolute power. Only part power lies, nothing else. Supreme Court is also not absolute. Lok Sabha is not absolute. Rajya Sabha is not. President is also not absolute. Remember, no one is arbitrary in this country. No one is arbitrator in this country. You have to do according to constitution and according to wishes of people. If public wants, they can change constitution. They can scrap constitution. They can bring another constitution. This is natural law. So one day public rises, remember, still they are sleeping. And you are lucky that they are sleeping. You are fortunate they are sleeping. But this fortune continues only for some time, not forever. I'm just trying to teach you something, learn it. I am a citizen of this country. I have got every right on behalf of this country to tell you something, to instruct you something, and that's what I'm suggesting to you now. I'm not instructing, I'm just suggesting you should do like that. If you don't do like that, don't blame. It's not me alone. There are lakhs and lakhs and millions of people who are thinking this way, that you're not doing your job. Maybe you are elected by EVM, forget that. Do your job. You're not doing your job. You're just playing games. Arrest this man, not my party's man. Arrest this man, not my party's man. Arrest this man, not party man. And if that man goes to your party, oh, he's very clear, very clean, good character. Your party people are good character, other people are bad character. This is your philosophy. You have allowed 199 criminals in Lok Sabha from your party. Who is responsible for that? Forget other parties. I am asking you because you are in government. You are major party. You got 300 EVM related seats. You got EVM through EVM 300 seats. You are having 119 bad characters in your party. Who is responsible for that? Are you not responsible? Who is responsible? This means if you accept those criminals, you also behave same way. You also have same category on you. You are not clear then. If you accept 119 bad people, criminals people under your government, with your party, this means you have also same kind of characteristics. You are not truth. You are not Satyavadi. Is it wrong? Is it wrong? You explain. Is it wrong? Public, tell me, is it wrong? It's not wrong. We have to think for country. Again, I am stressing, not for, don't think for me. I am nothing. I am a bubble in sea, nothing else. Today I am talking, maybe after 1 hour I die, who knows? But country still remains, Bharat still remains there. No external country shall help you in any way. Everybody is in personal interest, in self-interest. If UAE talking to you, if Saudi is talking to you, America is talking to you, whosoever talking to you for their own business interest, nobody is interested in your prosperity. You think they are thinking for your prosperity? All the Gulf countries have extinguished their power now. Oil is nearly gone, Oil, petrol, oh, they are coming back to their tracks. Now they want to invest their money in overseas nations. They want divested businesses now. They are not very much interested in oil alone. They want to do tourism. They want to invest their money in your country by installing power station by something, and you are feeling happy. They want to get returns of their money. They don't want to keep silent. They are intellectual people. They think for their country, but we are not thinking for. That's only difference. You go to any Gulf country, any East country, any West Europe country, any country, Far East country, all are thinking for their country, except we people in this country, who is called democratic country, secular country, and every character we claim to have, but in practice we are not abiding by our constitution. Unfortunately, I am engineer. You may not expect that much details from me, but it is personal. It's personal impression, personal choice, personal interest that I have taken to understand this. Because when your mind develops, you can grab whatever it is. This talk is not very that much important in mathematics or physics. When you can understand that, when you can differential equation, you can understand formula of mathematics, you can understand formula of design, you can understand what this constitution is. Just simple English or Hindi, you read it. What's there? There's no mathematics in this, there's no physics in this, no chemistry in this, no under root is this, no computer is nothing, no tangent, sine, tan theta, sine theta, cos, nothing is there. It's just the language provisions, we thought, and we understand that. We just link them together, and that is constitution of India, nothing else. You can understand that. How can you understand that? You must understand, everybody can understand. Engineers are very intelligent people. Believe me, engineers are a genius society. Doctors are very genius society. Both are analytical societies, both are synthesizers, both are thinkers, both minds are atom bomb minds. They can understand fast. If they have will, no will. No will, no will. No social will, no engineering will, no medical will, no society will, and no political will. Where will we stand? We have no will at all for us. We are just living for sake of living. We are eating for sake of eating. We are having family for sake of family. Only for sake of. We are sake of country. This sleeping country. Serious, no seriousness at all. No one is serious. I'm not finding so far any person serious. You talk to someone, you will not be responded properly. And no use to criticize once every time. Well, I hope people will understand and they change themselves. Now, what I'm just according to my program, as I said, I'm going to the Constitution of India, the 10th schedule, which in continuation I'm talking, and this 10th schedule is Article 102.2 and 191.2, and what it says is 10th schedule, this provisions as to disqualification on grounds of defection, this is regarding members of parliament or whatever. Our interpretation is, in this schedule, unless very hot, in this schedule, unless contest otherwise requires a house means yes, house means either house of parliament or legislative assembly, or as case may be either house of legislature of a state. Legislature party, this means in relation to a member of a house belonging to any political party in accordance with provisions of paragraph 2 or paragraph 4, means group consisting of all members of that house for time being belonging to that political party in accordance with said provisions. C. Original political party in relation to a member of a house means political party to which he belongs for purpose of subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2. Paragraph means a paragraph of this schedule. Now, disqualification on grounds of defection. To disqualification on ground of defection. In 2 it says, subject to provisions of paragraph 4 and 5, a member of a house belonging to any political party shall be disqualified for being a member of house if he has voluntarily given up his membership of such political party, or if he votes or abstains from voting in such house contrary to any direction issued by political party to which he belongs, or by any person or authority authorized by it in this behalf, without obtaining in either case prior permission of such political party, person or authority, and such voting or abstention has not been condoned by such political party, person or authority within 15 days from date of such voting or abstention. Then explanation is, for purpose of this subparagraph, an elected member of a house shall be deemed to belong to political party, if any, by which he was set up as a candidate for election as such member. A nominated member of a house shall, where he is a member of any political party on date of this nomination as such member, be deemed to belong to such political party, and in any other case be deemed to belong to political party if political party of which he becomes, or as case may be, first becomes a member before expiry of 6 months from date on which he takes his seat, after complying with requirements of Article 99, or as case may be Article 188. As an elected member of a house who has been elected as such otherwise than as a candidate set up by any political party shall be disqualified for being a member of house if he joins any political party after such election. A nominated member of a house shall be disqualified for being a member of house if that person joins any political party after expiry of 6 months from date on which he takes his seat, after complying with requirements of Article 99, or as case may be Article 188. Notwithstanding anything contained in this foregoing provisions of this paragraph, a person who on commencement of this Constitution 52nd Amendment Act 1985 is a member of House, whether elected or nominated or as such, shall, where he was a member of political party immediately before such commencement, be deemed for purposes of subparagraph 1 of this paragraph to have been elected as a member of such house as a candidate set up by such political party. In any other case, be deemed to be an elected member of House who has been elected as such otherwise than as a candidate set up by any political party for purposes of subparagraph 2 of this paragraph, or as case may be, deemed to be a nominated member of House for purposes of subparagraph 3 of this paragraph. Then disqualification on grounds of defection not to apply in case of merger. A member of a House shall not be disqualified under subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2 where his original political party merges with another political party and he claims that he and any other member of his original political party have become members of such other political party, or as case may be, of a new political party formed by such merger, or have not accepted merger and opted to function as a separate group. And from time of such merger, such other political party or new political party or group, as case may be, shall be deemed to be political party to which he belongs for purposes of subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2 and to be his original political party for purposes of this subparagraph. For purpose of subparagraph of this paragraph, merger of original political party of a member of a House shall be deemed to have taken place if and only if not less than two-thirds of members of legislative party concerned have agreed to such merger. So two-thirds parties limit. Exemption. Notwithstanding anything contained in this schedule, a person who has been elected to office of Speaker or Deputy Speaker of House of People or Deputy Chairman of Council of States or Chairman of Deputy Chairman of Legislative Council of the State or Speaker or Deputy Speaker of Legislative Assembly of a State shall not be disqualified under this schedule. If that person by reason of his election to such office voluntarily gives up membership of political party to which he belonged immediately before such election and does not so long as he continues to hold such office, thereafter rejoin that political party or becomes a member of another political party, or if he, having given up by reason of his election to such office, his membership of political party to which he belonged immediately before such election, rejoins such political party after he ceases to hold such office. Decision on questions as to disqualification on ground of defection. If any question arises as to whether a member of a House has become subject to disqualification under schedule, question shall be referred to for decision of chairman or, as case may be, speaker of such House, and his decision shall be final. Provided that where question which has arisen is as to whether chairman or speaker of House has become subject to such disqualification, question shall be referred for decision of such member of House as the House may elect in this behalf, and his decision shall be final. All proceedings under subparagraph 1 of this paragraph in relation to any question as to disqualification of member of House under this schedule shall be deemed to be proceedings in Parliament within meanings of Article 122, or, as case may be, proceedings in the legislature of a state within meaning of Article 212. Bar of jurisdiction to courts. Notwithstanding anything in this Constitution, no court shall have any jurisdiction in respect of any matter connected with disqualification of a member of a House under schedule. Rules. Subject to provisions of subparagraph 2 of this paragraph, chairman or speaker of a House may make rules for giving effect to provisions of this schedule, and in particular and without prejudice to generality of foregoing, such rules may provide for maintenance of registers or other records as to political parties, if any, to which different members of the House belong, a report which leaders of a legislative party in relation to member of House shall furnish with regard to any condonation of mature condition of nature refer to clause B of subparagraph 1 of paragraph 2 in respect of such member, and time within which an authority to whom such report shall be furnished. Reports which a political party shall furnish with regard to admission to such political party of any members of House and officer of House to whom such reports shall be furnished, and procedure for deciding any question referred to in subparagraph 1 of paragraph 6, including procedure for any inquiry which may be made for purposes of deciding such question. Rules made by chairman or speaker of a house under subparagraph 1 of this paragraph shall be laid as soon as may be after they are made before house for a total period of 30 days, which may be comprised in one session or in two or more successive sessions, and shall take effect upon expiry of said period of 30 days unless they are sooner approved with or without modifications, or disapproved by House, and where they are so approved, they shall take effect on such approval in form in which they were laid, or in such modified form as case may be, and where they are so disapproved, they shall be of no effect. Chairman or Speaker of House may, without prejudice to provisions of Article 105 or as case may be, Article 94, and to any other power which he may have under this Constitution, direct that any willful contravention by any person of rules made under this paragraph may be dealt with in same manner as breach of privilege of House. Now it's 10th schedule, 11th schedule. So I was talking 10th schedule. Now 11th schedule. These are very important. This is regarding 243G, Article 243G, 11th schedule. There are how many points in that? Let's see. There are 29 points, and then there is after that 12th schedule, which is so let us say this now. This is for municipalities, I think. Yes, this is for municipalities. 11th schedule panchayats, I'm sure. It's for panchayats. Let us read it. It says, number 1, agriculture, including agricultural extension. Number 2, land improvement, implementation of land reforms, land consolidation, and soil conservation. This is number 2. Number 3 is minor irrigation, water management, and watershed development. Number 4 is animal husbandry, dairying, and poultry. Number 5 is fisheries. 6 is social forestry and farm forestry. Number 7 is minor forest produce. Minor forest produce. 8 is small scale industries, including food processing industries. Number 9 is khadi, village and cottage industries. Number 10 is rural housing. Number 11 is drinking water. Number 12 is fuel and fodder. 13 is roads, culverts, bridges, ferries, waterways, and other means of communication. 14 is rural electrification, including distribution of electricity. And 15 is non-conventional energy sources. And 16 is poverty alleviation program. And 17 is education, including primary and secondary schools. And 18 is technical training and vocational education. And 19 is adult and non-formal education. And 20 is libraries. 21 is cultural activities. 22 is markets and fairs. 23 is health and sanitation, including hospitals, primary health centers, and dispensaries. 24 is family welfare. And 25 is women and child development. And 26 is social welfare, including welfare of handicapped and mentally retarded. 27 is welfare of weaker sections, and in particular of scheduled castes and scheduled tribe. And 28 is public distribution system. 29 is maintenance of community assets. So this is 11th schedule and constitution of India, which is related to panchayat responsibilities, which is regarding खेती को बढ़ाएं कैसे, लैंड का इम्प्रूवमेंट्स, जमीन को सुधारें कैसे, लैंड को सुधार कैसे करें, इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे करें सुधार को, और जमाएं कैसे लैंड को, उसकी मिट्टी कैसे साफ रख के सही रखें, छोटी सिंचाई कैसे करें, पानी को कैसे प्रबंध में लाएं, वाटर शेड जो जहाँ सबसे ऊपर लेवल होता है उस चीज़ का स्टोरेज का, उसको कैसे विकास करें, जानवरों के बारे में, एनिमल के बारे में उसकी कैसे रखरखाव करें, डेयरी का क्या करें, पोल्ट्री का क्या करें, पोल्ट्री या मुर्गी वगैरह पैदा रखी जाती है, फिशरी मछली पालन के लिए, समाज के लिए, सामाजिक फॉरेस्ट्री के लिए, जंगलों के लिए, फार्म फॉरेस्ट्री के लिए, खेती की फॉरेस्ट्री के लिए, और छोटों को क्या करें, छोटे फॉरेस्ट जो होते हैं उनकी जो प्रोड्यूस आते हैं, ये सब उसमें दिया हुआ है। वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव टू। सो अभी हिंदी में बताने का इतना जरूरी नहीं है, आगे चलते हैं, देखते हैं, आप खुद पढ़ लीजिएगा इसको। अब हम जाते हैं आगे, दैट इज 11th स्केड्यूल के बाद आता है 12th स्केड्यूल, और उसको हम कहते हैं 12th स्केड्यूल म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज के लिए होता है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है। आर्टिकल 240W ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि म्यूनिसिपैलिटी से क्या जिम्मेदारी होती है, शायद गलत समझ लेते हैं हम लोग, हमें समझना होगा, वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड रियली रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज पर्टिनेंट टू म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज आर इन आवर कंट्री अकॉर्डिंग टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दिस कंट्री। भारत का संविधान क्या कहता है म्यूनिसिपैलिटीज के बारे में, आर्टिकल 243 के बारे में, 240W, एंड इट सेज नंबर 1 अर्बन प्लानिंग इंक्लूडिंग टाउन प्लानिंग is number 1. Charter number 2, charter point number 2, this is a kind of charter you may say. Number 2 is regulation of land use and construction of buildings. And number 3 is planning for economic and social development. Number 4 is roads and bridges. Number 5 is water supply for domestic, industrial and commercial purposes. And number 6 is public health, sanitation, conservancy and solid waste management. Number 7, fire services. Number 8 is urban forestry, protection of environment and promotion of ecological aspects. Then safeguarding interests of weaker sections of society, including handicapped and mentally retarded. Then slum improvement and upgradation, गंदी बस्तियां को कहते हैं। 11 is urban poverty alleviation, जो ग्रामीण अर्बन पॉवर्टी शहरी गरीबी है उसका खत्म करना। 12वीं 12th provisions of urban amenities and facilities such as parks, gardens, playgrounds. Then 13 is 12 is provisions of urban amenities and facilities such as parks, gardens and playgrounds. 13 is promotion of cultural, educational and aesthetic aspects. 14 is burials and burial grounds, cremation grounds and electric crematoriums. 15 cattle pounds, prevention of cruelty to animals. 16 is vital statistics including registration of births and deaths. 17 is public amenities including street lighting, parking lots, bus stops and public conveniences. Then 18 is regulation of slaughterhouses and tanneries. Then it is Appendix 1, that is scheduled over. Appendix 1, which is regarding J&K Order 94, which has been now repealed by President of this country and have been replaced, so that has no meaning to discuss it now. So we'll go to some other considerations that is regarding, we'll say, judiciary is very important. We have to understand judiciary about this country. It's very, very important from every point of view, because if we don't understand judiciary, we cannot understand government, and judiciary is very important to understand. And it's very, very important to understand, and we have to see that every citizen must know about this. We understand government, we understand legislature, we understand it is. So it's I'll see where it is. I problem is there. Yes, it is there. I'll see. Union. So we have to see here. Should be somewhere. Union. Let's do this. High courts in states, the legislative powers of governor, high courts in states, and then subordinate courts. So we have to go to Supreme Court first, where it is. Why should go to states? Then we have to go to first of VSC. They are in appellate jurisdiction, origin seat of Supreme Court of Record, appointment of judges. Yes, Union Judiciary, which Article 120 starts with Chapter 4, Article 124, Chapter 4 I list is 63, Chapter 124, Article 124, which is Union Judiciary, and it starts here. I'm taking some time, please excuse me for that. Keeping you waiting. It's not in my hand, sometimes I did not ready for this. Yes, it's coming 124. And this is till the 3 124. Union Judiciary, yes, Article 124, Chapter 4. Not says, let us see it like that. Article 124.1. There shall be a Supreme Court of India consisting of Chief Justice of India and Union, and until Parliament by law prescribes a larger number of not more than number of judges are different now. It's the same as the old one. So not more than defined number of judges and other judges. 2. Every judge of Supreme Court shall be appointed by President by warrant under his hand and sealed after consultation with such of judges of Supreme Court and of high courts in states as President may deem necessary for purpose of shall hold office until attains the age of 65 years. Then in case of appointment of judges other than Chief Justice of India shall always be consulted, provided further that judge may by writing under his hand address to President resign his office. A judge may be removed from his office in manner provided in Clause 4. Age of a judge of Supreme Court shall be determined by such authority and in such manner as Parliament may by law prescribe or provide. A person shall not be qualified for appointment of judge of a Supreme Court unless he is a citizen of this country, Bharat, has been for at least 5 years a judge of High Court or of 2 or more such courts in succession. He has been for at least 10 years as advocate of High Court or of 2 or more years such courts in succession. Has been for at least 10 years an advocate of High Court or of 2 or more such courts in succession. Is in opinion of President a distinguished jurist. Explanation. In this clause, High Court means a High Court which exercises or which at any time before commencement of this Constitution exercises jurisdiction in any part of territory of India. Explanation. In computing for purpose of this clause, period during which a person has been an advocate, any period during which a person has held judicial office, not inferior to that of district judge after he became an advocate shall be included. A judge of Supreme Court shall not be removed from his office except by an order of President passed after address of each House of Parliament, supported by a majority of total membership of that House and by a majority of not less than 2/3 of members of that House present, and voting has been presented to President in same session for such removal on ground of proved superior capacity. Parliament may by law regulate procedure for presentation of an address and for investigation and proof of misbehavior or incapacity of a judge under Clause 4. Number 6. Every person appointed to be a judge of Supreme Court shall before enters his office make and subscribe before President or some person appointed in the behalf by him an oath or affirmation according to form set out for purpose of third schedule. No person who has held office as judge of Supreme Court shall plead or act in any court or before any authority within territory of Bharat India. Article 125. There shall be paid to judges of Supreme Court such salaries as may be determined by Parliament, by law, and until provisions in that behalf is so made, such salaries as are specified in the second schedule. 2. Article 125 to every judge shall be entitled to such privileges and allowances and to such rights in respect of leave of absence and pensions as may from time to time be determined by or under law made by Parliament and until so determined leave determined to such privileges, allowances and rights as are specified in the second schedule, provided that neither privileges nor allowances of a judge nor his rights or in respect of leave of absence or pensions shall be varied to his disadvantage after his appointment. And 126. When office of Chief Justice of India is vacant or when Chief Justice is by reason of absence or otherwise unable to perform duties of his office, duties of office shall be performed by such one of other senior or other judges of court as President may appoint for that purpose. 127.1. If at any time there should not be a quorum of judges, if at any time there should not be a quorum of judges of Supreme Court available to hold or continue any reason of court, Chief Justice of India may, with the previous consent of President after consultation with Chief Justice of High Court concerned, request in writing attendance at sitting of the court as an ad hoc judges for such period as may be necessary of a judge of High Court duly qualified for appointment as judge of Supreme Court to be designed by Chief Justice of India. And this 127.2, it shall be duty of judge who has been so designated in priority to other duties of his office to attend sittings of Supreme Court at time and for period for which his attendance is required, and while so attending he shall have all jurisdiction powers and privileges and shall discharge duties of judges of Supreme Court. 128. Notwithstanding anything in this chapter, Chief Justice of India may at any time with previous consent of President requires any person who has held office of a judge of Supreme Court or of Federal Court or who has held office of a judge of a High Court and is duly qualified for appointment as a judge of Supreme Court to sit and act as judge of Supreme Court, and every such person so requested shall, while so sitting and acting, be entitled to such allowances as President may by order determine, and have all the jurisdictions, powers, and privileges of, but shall not otherwise be deemed to be a judge of that court, provided that nothing in this article shall be deemed to require any such person in aforesaid to sit and act as a judge of that court unless he consents so to do. 129. Supreme Court shall be a court of record and shall have all powers of such a court, including power to punish for contempt of itself. 130. Supreme Court shall sit in Delhi or in such other place or places as Chief Justice of India may, with approval of President, from time to time appoint. 131. Subject to the provisions of this Constitution, Supreme Court shall, to exclusion of any other court, have original jurisdiction in any dispute. Dispute between Government of India and one or more states, between Government of India and any state or state on one suit, and between the Government of India and any state or states on one side and one or more other state on others. Between two or more states, if and insofar as disputes involving any question, whether of law or fact, on which existence of legal right depends, provided that said jurisdiction shall not extend to dispute arising out of any treaty, agreement, covenant, engagements, sanad, or other similar instruments which, having been entered up into or executed before commencement of this Constitution, continues in operation after such commencement, or which provides that said jurisdiction shall not extend to such a dispute. 131A. Exclusive jurisdiction of Supreme Court in regard to questions as to constitutional validity of central laws repealed by Constitution 43rd Amendment. Okay. 132. An appeal shall lie to Supreme Court from any judgment, decree, or final order of High Court in territory of India, whether in a civil, criminal, or other proceeding, if High Court certifies under Article 134A that case involves a substantial question of law so as to interpretation of Constitution. Where such a certification is given, any party in case may appeal to Supreme Court on ground that any such question is aforesaid has been wrongly decided. An explanation. For the purpose of this article, expression final order includes an order deciding an issue which, if decided in favor of the appellant, would be sufficient for final disposal of case. 133. An appeal shall lie to Supreme Court from any judgment, decree, or final order in a civil proceeding of a High Court in territory of India, if High Court certifies under Article 134A that case involves a substantial question of law of general importance, and that in opinion of the High Court, said question needs to be decided by Supreme Court. Notwithstanding anything in Article 132, any party appealing to Supreme Court under clause may urge as one of grounds in such appeal that substantial question of law as to interpretation on his constitution and constitution has been wrongly decided. Notwithstanding anything in this article, no appeal shall, unless Parliament by law otherwise provides, lie to Supreme Court from judgment, decree, or final order of one judge of High Courts. 134. An appeal shall lie to Supreme Court from any judgment, final order, or sentence in a criminal proceeding of a High Court in territory of India, and territory of India if that High Court has on appeal reversed an order of acquittal of an accused person and sentenced him to death, or has withdrawn for trial before itself, and case from any court subordinates to take authority to, and has in such trial convicted has withdrawn for trial before itself any case from any court subordinate to its authority, and has in such trial convinced the accused person and sentenced him to death, or certifies under Article 134A that case is a fit one for appeal. Certifies under Article 134A that case is a fit one for appeal of Supreme Court, provide that an appeal under subclause C shall lie subject to such provisions or as many more. Provide that an appeal under subclause C shall lie subject to such provisions as may be made in that behalf under clause 1 of Article 145, and to such conditions as High Court may establish or require. Parliament may by law confer on Supreme Court any further powers to entertain and hear appeals from any judgment, final order, or sentence in a criminal proceedings of a High Court in territory of India, subject to such conditions and limitations as may be specified in such law. 134A. Every High Court passing or making a judgment, decree, final order, or sentence referred to in clause 1 of Article 132 or clause 1 of Article 133 or clause of Article 134 may, if it deems fit, so to do on its own motion, and shall, if oral application is made by or on behalf of party, aggrieved immediately after passing or making of such judgment, decree, final order or sentence, determine as soon as may be after such passing or making the question whether certificate of nature refer to in clause 1 of article 132 or clause 1 of article 133, or as case may be sub clause of clause 1 of article 134 may be given in respect of that case. Article 135, let me see how many more articles are there. 136, 38, 9, 39, 40, 39, 40, 42. Oh, there's so many articles left. Well, I'll take them later, and 40, I'll take them later. Better. We have to discuss this also. So 140, 38. So 35 will take tomorrow, right? And I think in fast speed we cannot take like that. So that was understood also. So what I'm thinking to take it later on. Now I'm stopping here because well, today we have discussed something very important about this, and that is regarding JNK, letter written Maharaja to Mountbatten. Then we talked about some more sequences of these documents related to JNK, and we talked about our duties, what we have to do. We have to consider ourselves. We have to consider ourselves on top and government on bottom, and we have every responsibility of this country. We are responsibilities of this country. We have to consider that into our minds. Our minds should be high, though we may be lowest class of citizen, but we are highest profile in our governance. We are part of governance. We are governors. We are ourselves government, and because we are electing our MPs and they are electing government, so we are responsible for this country. No other else. Until we think like that, we cannot move this country. We have to respect ourselves. We have to respect our powers, our authority in preambles, our duty on fundamental rights in 51A, and then we have to understand constitutions accordingly. Because till now, our people in this country did not understand what we are, and that is the root of closure. Every lowest person in this country having same power as highest. There's no difference. Question of capability, question of qualification, question of experience, question of competency, question of consistency, and question of workability. These all parameters must be understood by each and every one. Up to your capability, you can rise. There is no stoppage. You can go to any limits. There is no stoppage. You can earn money. You can lose money. It's up to you. But your authority is not lost. Preambles secures you what you want, and that is what is required. Respect yourself better. Think of this country. Don't think against this country. That is most important, because we are honors of this country. We are not servants of this country. Servants are political leaders. Servants are prime minister, ministers. All those are servants. Public servants. IPS, IS officers are our servants. President is our servant, and Supreme Court is also our servant. They are serving us. They are giving them money. They are living because of taxes. So they are all have to serve us. They are our service providers in their ranges, in their competencies. They are not our masters. We are masters of ourselves. Until we think like that, we keep thinking, we keep mindset in that manner, we cannot rise. Let them bark what they are barking, don't worry about that. You think your way for constitution. This is our constitution. We cannot play with this, and we don't allow someone else to play with this. We don't, if somebody touches this constitution, that finger shall fire, believe me. They want to demolish this constitution, we don't accept this. They want to throw this constitution, we don't accept this. We will throw them. We will demolish them if they want to demolish this. There are certain vested interests in this country which want to throw this out because they want to rule this country on an independent basis, on their own basis. No, that might is not right now. Constitution is right. This constitution is our soul, preambles our soul. This is our motherland. Constitution is our motherland. If there is no constitution, we have no authority, we have no power. We will be slaves. We don't want to be slaves. We have to be powerful people of this country. We are more powerful than American people. We have to understand that. We have to draw that power from constitution only. Nobody else can do it. Only constitution can do it. Vote is one thing. Vote is nothing. Believe me. That is the right to. There's a right to elect these people and not right to surrender to these people. Why should we surrender to these people? If they don't want to work for us, we throw them out. Believe me. We can throw them out. They cannot throw us out. If they think they are masters, they are in wrong boat. Don't sail long ship. People irrespective of education or no education, we have to understand that. We have voted many times. Every 5 years we vote. You think we are born to vote them every 5 years? It's our duty. It's our duty if they work for us. If they don't work for us, we are not born to vote them. Vote yourself. Vote yourself. Forget parties. Forget you stand in election. You contest election. Come and go to. If these criminals can go, if you can send these 233 criminals to Lok Sabha, is your achievement, you think? It's foolishness. You don't think. This means it's evident. You are not thinking about your country. You are sending criminals. You are sending rapists. You are sending those people who are having FIRs. You are sending Lok Sabha. For what? For what you are sending them? Such people should be beaten rather than sending Lok Sabha. If some chief minister himself removes his cases himself, he's a chief minister. You think so? They run away from law because of your power. Power is yours and they are using that. Right? You allow your power to be won by them, to be snatched by them. Why? Why do you allow that? Are you foolish? We are biggest country. To an extent democracy is concerned. To an extent sovereignty is concerned. We are not slave of some king. We are not slave of some emir. We are not slave of someone. We are ourselves king. Republic we are. Sovereign we are. Swaraj we are. Sovereign means self-rule. We are self-ruled people. We are republic. We are kingdom ourselves. All this Bharat is kingdom and kings are 140 crore people. Prime Minister is not king. President is not king. Nobody is king here. We are kings. You have to understand that. Until you understand this definition, you cannot think you are Indian, you are Bharatvasi. You cannot be. You are only slave otherwise. British have gone, but they have left slavery onto your heads. You are dead. जब तक आप समझेंगे नहीं आप कौन है क्या, आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. ये देश आपका है, प्रधानमंत्री राष्ट्रपति का नहीं है. ये देश भारत के नागरिक का है. ये देश मेरा आपका है. ये देश 140 करोड़ लोगों का है. उसमें छोटे बड़े होंगे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता उससे. सारे के सारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर, सारे प्रेसिडेंट हैं. सबका अधिकार है यहाँ पे. सब मालिक हैं इस देश के, ऑनर है, स्वामी है. खाली वो नहीं है. हमें देखना है इस देश के बारे में, राष्ट्रपति के बारे में, प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे हैं. ये तो आते रहेंगे, चाहते रहेंगे, कितने आए, कितने चलेगा, क्या वैल्यू इनकी, कितने जज जाए, कितने चले जाएंगे, कौन पूछता है इनको. जब तक हमें अधिकार हमारे सेफ नहीं है, हमारा संविधान सेफ नहीं है, हमारे प्रियम्बल सेफ नहीं है, हमारा सब कुछ सेफ नहीं है, हम सेफ नहीं है, हम कैसे माने इनको अपने लीडर्स. लीडर्स हम बनाते हैं, हमको लीडर्स नहीं बनाते हैं. अगर वो लीडर, हम सुपर लीडर्स हैं, हम उनको वोट देते हैं, वो हमारे वोट से आगे जाते हैं, तो हम उनके बाप हैं, वो हमारे बाप नहीं है. हम जैसा चाहेंगे वैसा वो करेंगे. हम जैसा वो कहें नहीं करेंगे तो लात मार के भगा दिए जाएंगे, सर फोड़ के भगा दिए जाएंगे. यही है हमारा अधिकार. हमें ये अपने का प्रेम बल देता है, हमें अधिकार संविधान देता है, हमें देश देता है, ये कानून देता है, सब देते हैं. हजारों कानून वहाँ पे हमारे लिए, इनके लिए नहीं है. ये झूठ बोल बोल के हमसे बेवकूफ बनाते हैं. बेवकूफ बनते जाते हैं. क्यों बन जाते हैं बेवकूफ? दिमाग नहीं है, हमें शक्ति नहीं है, हमें सोच विचार नहीं है, भगवान ने दिमाग नहीं दिया आपको. समझते क्यों नहीं इस बात को? हम बनाते हैं इनको. ये हमारी वजह से रहते हैं लीडर. हम हैं लीडर इनके हुआ. अगर ये हमारा काम नहीं करते तो हमें नहीं चाहिए ऐसे लीडर. हम डरते हैं. ओ आ गया एमपी, आ गया मिनिस्टर, महाराज आ गए, हार पहनाओ इनको. अरे किस बात का हार पहनाओ तुमको? किस बात के लिए खड़े हो तुम? आओगे तो किस बात की इज्जत करते? पैसे लेते हो, काम करते हो, फ्री करते हो क्या? अगर आपको पैसे दिए जाते हैं, बंगला दिया जाता है, आपको सिक्योरिटी दी जाती है, सब कुछ दिया जाता है, आपको फ्री खाना दिया जाता है, आपको सारी ऐश दी जाती है, आपको फिर एहसान कर रहे हो हमारे ऊपर. क्या किस बात का एहसान कर रहे हो? टैक्स मैं देता हूँ, मेहनत मैं करता हूँ, पसीना मैं बहाता हूँ, खून मैं बहाता हूँ, मेहनत करके वैसे आपको टैक्स देता हूँ. किस बात के लिए देता हूँ? आप संभालो देश को, इसलिए देता हूँ. हट जाइए ना, आपको उसका नहीं है तो किस लिए आपको? आप फालतू की बातें करते रहते हैं. संविधान को पढ़ते नहीं, नियम नहीं जानते भारत का. आप भारत का नाम तक नहीं जानते. ऐसे ऐसे नेता हैं. आप जानते क्या है? आप बेवकूफ बनाते हैं. बेवकूफ बनाना, पब्लिक बेवकूफ बन जाती है, इसलिए आप बनाते हैं. पब्लिक जब बेवकूफ बनना छोड़ देगी, आपको सीट भी नहीं मिलेगी, आपको जगह भी नहीं मिलेगी लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा में. आपको कोना भी ढूंढना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. पब्लिक के चाह के आप लड़वाते हैं पब्लिक को आपस में, हिंदू के नाम से, मुसलमान के नाम से, दलित के नाम से, इसके नाम से. यही काम है आपको. अरे क्यों लड़ना चाहते हैं आप? क्या मिलेगा आपको? आप सिर्फ सत्ता में बैठने लड़ना चाहते हैं ना. सत्ता तो छिन जाएगी आपसे. कब तक संभालेंगे? जनता जाके कभी मिलेगी सत्ता, जिंदगी में नहीं मिलेगी आपको. पब्लिक बेवकूफ है इसलिए मिलती है. पब्लिक समझदार नहीं है. पब्लिक डिवाइडेड है. पब्लिक को तो पता भी नहीं कि उनके अधिकार क्या हैं. अब आहिस्ता आहिस्ता पता लग रहे हैं. पब्लिक को कुछ पता नहीं है. डरता है पब्लिक का आदमी. डर जाता है. अरे पता नहीं मोदी क्या कर देगा, वो क्या कर देगा. किस बात का डर? क्या कर लेगा मोदी? ज्यादा से ज्यादा तुम किसी को मरवा सकते हो, ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर सकते. इस मरने के बाद क्या करोगे आप? कोई आपको ही मरवा देगा. अगर आप लोगों को मरवाओगे तो फिर क्या होगा? आप ना जबरदस्ती लोगों को दबाना चाहते हो. कितना दबाओगे? 140 करोड़ लोगों को दबा लोगे क्या? कितना दबा लोगे आप? ठीक है, थोड़े 100,000 2,000 2 आदमी दबा सकता है कोई भी। अरे इंदिरा गांधी जैसी नहीं दबा पाई, हिटलर जैसा मर गया, सब मर गए, आपकी क्या औकात है? इंदिरा गांधी को सत्ता से फेंक दिया था लोगों ने उठा के, कोई उम्मीद नहीं कर सकता था। आप तो शायद बहुत से लोग पैदा भी नहीं होते थे, आपकी क्या औकात है? उस टाइम तो लोग जानते भी नहीं थे, कुछ पता भी नहीं था लोगों की संविधान होता क्या है। आज तो पता है, लोग जान रहे हैं, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता अपने हक को पहचान रहे हैं। तो ऐसे में आप लाट बनना चाहते हैं, आप चाहते हैं हमारे बाप का देश है, हमारा देश हो गया, हमारा संविधान, हमारा ये देश हमारी स्वामित्व में आ गया। कोई स्वामित्व में किसी का नहीं है, पब्लिक के स्वामित्व में सब कुछ। ये प्रिंसिपल्स हमारे हैं, खाली आपके लिए नहीं है। संविधान ने जो दिए, प्रेमर्स ने जो हमें सिक्योरिटी दी गई है, प्रिंसिपल्स की सिक्योरिटी लिखा है, पढ़िए उसमें आप। सिक्योर किया गया है, हमें सिक्योर दिया है, जस्टिस सिक्योर किया, इक्वालिटी सिक्योर की है, लिबर्टी सिक्योर की, सब कुछ हमें सिक्योरिटी में आता है। सिक्योरिटी सुरक्षा होती है, सुरक्षित है चीजें हमारे लिए। हम जब चाहे लेंगे, जब चाहे नहीं लेंगे, आप रोक नहीं सकते। और वो प्रिंसिपल भी हमारे हैं, सोवरेनिटी का प्रिंसिपल है, सोशलिज्म का प्रिंसिपल है, डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिकन जो भी उसके अंदर है वो सब हमारे लिए है। खाली आपके लिए नहीं है कि आप सत्ताएं बैठेंगे उसके माने कि हम राजा हैं इस देश के, हम जीत के आए हैं। अरे पैसे खर्च के जीत के आते हो, मेहनत करके जीत के आओ तो बताओ ना। 50 करोड़ खर्च रहा है, कोई 70 करोड़ खर्च रहा है, कोई 100 करोड़ खर्च रहा है, कोई बेवकूफ बना रहा है, कोई रिश्वत दे रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है, पब्लिक को लूट रहे हैं, रैलियां कर रहे हैं। सिंपल क्यों नहीं करके आते, इलेक्शन जीत के दिखाओ ना। ईवीएम हेरा फेरी कर रहे हो, अपने अपने आदमी सब जगह बैठा के बना रहे हो पब्लिक को। पब्लिक इतनी बेवकूफ नहीं है। अब अगर आप में ताकत है तो बैलेट सिलेक्शन करके दिखाओ और जीत के आओ, मान लेंगे आपको। 50 सीट नहीं मिलेंगे आपको जो सोचते हो। एहसान नहीं करे पब्लिक के ऊपर कुछ कि हम देश को बनाएंगे, नया भारत बनाएंगे। क्या ना, भारत को क्या हो गया है? भारत तो पहले ही नहीं है। क्या हो गया भारत को? कुछ नहीं हुआ भारत को, आपको हुआ है। हम भारत खुद हैं, हम भारत की जनता जो ना, हम भारत हैं। जमीन से भारत नहीं होता, नदियों से भारत नहीं होता, भारत लोगों से होता है। हम भारत हैं, वी पीपल ऑफ दिस कंट्री। हम भारत के लोग हैं, जिन संविधान बनाया है, संविधान को स्वीकार किया है, संविधान को पास किया, उसको अपने आप को दिया है। पढ़ लीजिए आप प्रीएम्बल्स में क्या लिखा है। आपको समझ नहीं आता तो खोल के पढ़िए, भारत के नाम को खोल के पढ़िए। हिंदुस्तान हिंदुस्तान हिंद बकवास करते रहते हैं फालतू की। कौन सा हिंदुस्तान? कोई हिंदुस्तान नहीं दुनिया के मैप पे। हमारे संविधान में हिंदुस्तान नहीं लिखा है, भारत लिखा है, इंडिया लिखा है। हम तो वो बोलेंगे। कोई भी पार्टी का आदमी बोलता रहता है, कोई भी। अरे पढ़ नहीं, अनपढ़ गंवार इतनी बड़ी बड़ी डिग्रियां लेके बैठे हो कि एक पेज नहीं पढ़ सकते। पहला पेज है संविधान का, पढ़ नहीं सकते आप उसको उठा के। आप प्रेमल को समझ नहीं सकते, आप फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी को समझ नहीं सकते। आप क्या सिखाएंगे लोगों को? बच्चों को क्या सिखाएंगे आप? बात करके इसी बच्चे से देख लीजिए, उस बेचारे को पता नहीं है भारत का संविधान की चीज होती है। कौन सिखाएगा उसको? ऊपर से भगवान आके सिखाएगा क्या? बड़ी बड़ी बातें करना आता है, बस हम ये कर देंगे, हम दुनिया की सुपर पावर बन जाएंगे, हम विश्व गुरु बन जाएंगे। अपने घर में तो सिखा नहीं सकते, ये भी बच्चों को विश्व गुरु बनेंगे। बात करनी, बकवास करनी, बस। अरे वैज्ञानिक काम करें तो कर लीजिए, आप क्रेडिट क्यों लेते हैं उनका? फौज काम करिए, कर लीजिए, आप क्रेडिट क्यों लेते हैं? आप तो लोगों को मार रहे हैं, दबा रहे हैं, उनको जेल कर रहे हैं। कोई आपके खिलाफ बोलते हैं उसको बंद कर दो, उसको पीट दो, गुंडे भेज दो, पिटवा दो उसको, मरवा दो उसको। ये नहीं होता सबल कंट्री में, ये नहीं होता डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में। उनको आजादी दो, आप उनको बोलने दो। बोलते हैं आपके खिलाफ, जो आपके खिलाफ बोलता है याद रखना, वो आपका दोस्त है, वो दुश्मन नहीं हो सकता आपका। क्यों? जानता आपका गलत है। आपका जो चमचागिरी करता है ना, वो कभी आपकी दोस्ती नहीं निभा सकता। चमचे वाले दुश्मन होते हैं, वो कभी आपको सही रहा। जो आपके यस मैन कभी आपके साथ ही नहीं दे सकता, भाग जाएगा जब पढ़ने में। जब तक हम लोग समझेंगे नहीं कि हमें क्या करना है, हम आगे नहीं जा सकते। नेताओं की बातों पे यकीन करना छोड़ दो, चाहे वो कांग्रेस का नेता हो, चाहे बीजेपी को, सब अपने हिसाब से बात करते हैं। कोई पब्लिक के हिसाब से बात नहीं करता है। आप मंदिर गिरा दिया रविदास का, बताइए, कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है। अब वो बहस चल रही थी, वीडियो देख रहा था, उसमें कहते हैं कोई जनरल कैटेगरी का नहीं है हमको बचाने के लिए। यहाँ पे देखिए, हमारा मंदिर गिरा गया 500 साल पुराना, क्यों गिरा दिया? आपने कोर्ट ने कहा था, तो कोर्ट को आप स्टे ले सकते थे, कुछ भी कर सकते थे, क्यों नहीं लिया आपने? आप दूसरे का मंदिर गिरा रहे हैं, उससे कोई तकलीफ नहीं है आपको। आप दूसरा कोई गिरा जाए तो उसकी आपको तकलीफ है। तो इस समाज का आप नहीं सोच रहे, पब्लिक का आप नहीं सोच रहे। वो 35-40 करोड़ लोग हैं जिनको गुस्सा आ रहा है इस देश के, वो उसको मांगते थे। 35-40 करोड़ लोग हैं, वो दलित वर्ग, उनका मंदिर आपने गिरा दिया, उनको गुस्सा नहीं आएगा? तो गुस्सा आएगा तो क्या करेंगे वो? फिर आप कहेंगे देखिए आतंकवादी बन गए, ये नक्सलाइट बन गए, ये वो बन गए, ये बन गए। फिर आप ऐसी बातें शुरू कर देंगे। आप प्रॉब्लम को शुरू से पहले क्यों नहीं समझते? उसको समझते क्यों नहीं उसको? फिर क्या गवर्नेंस है आपकी? क्या होती है गवर्नेंस? मतलब जब आपका पानी आंख से नाक से सबसे ऊपर उड़ जाएगा तब आप जागेंगे। फिर गवर्नमेंट का मतलब क्या? अगर आपने सोते रहना है तो पब्लिक तो सोती, हम जानते हैं। बस सरकार अगर सो जाए तो फिर क्या फायदा उसका? अगर सरकार सो जाए, सोती रहो, कोई वैल्यू नहीं है उसकी। ये वो जमाना गया, अब लोग जागरूक हो गए, अपनी दुनिया कनेक्टेड है। अब इंटरनेट है, सब कुछ 1 सेकंड में, 1 मिनट में, आधे मिनट में इंफॉर्मेशन कहीं जगह पहुंचती है। वो जमाना गया 1 महीना लगता था चिट्ठियां आने में, डाकिया लाते थे, पता नहीं कितने पुरानी चिट्ठी लाते थे, वो गया वक्त अब। तो सीट भी वैसे ही हो गई है, वो भी कच्ची हो गई है, पक्की नहीं किसी की सीट। इसलिए अपने आप को मालिक समझना छोड़ दो इस देश का। मालिक तो पब्लिक ही है, और पब्लिक आपको गद्दी उठाती है, और पब्लिक ही उतारती भी है। इसलिए घमंड निकाल दो दिमाग से कि हम ही इस देश में राज करेंगे। राज तो पब्लिक नहीं करना है, और पब्लिक जब उतारती है तो बिना कहे उतार देती है, पता भी नहीं लगता। इसलिए चाहे कोई हो पावर में, आप हो, कांग्रेस हो, कोई भी हो, सबको नशे से बाहर आना चाहिए। कोई नशा नहीं चलेगा। बहुत कर लिया आपने नशा, बहुत लूट लिया पब्लिक को, बहुत बेवकूफ बना लिया पब्लिक को। अब पब्लिक को बेवकूफ नहीं बनना है, पब्लिक अब गवर्नमेंट का बेवकूफ बनाएगी, पब्लिक गवर्नमेंट का बेवकूफ बनाएगी। वो समय आ गया है, होश में आ जाओ, अभी अच्छा रहेगा। अब ये संविधान लोगों को पता नहीं है कि क्या होता है, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता लगेगा, कुछ समय लगेगा इसमें। और जब वो समझ गए ना संविधान क्या होता है, फिर आपको सब कुछ सीधा कर देंगे वो। तो संविधान में वो शक्तियां हैं जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर को भी सीधा कर सकते हैं, राष्ट्रपति को भी सीधा कर सकती है, वो शक्तियां हैं संविधान में। अपने आप को महारथी मत समझो कि हम ही मालिक है इस देश के। आंख मीच के साइन कर दिए प्रेसिडेंट ने, हो गया। क्यों कर देते हो आंख मीच के साइन? पब्लिक के लिए करो कि अपने लिए कर रहे हो? आप देखेंगे नहीं पब्लिक को क्या नुकसान होता है, फायदा उससे देखना चाहिए आपको। क्यों नहीं करते आप? क्या फायदा आपकी पढ़ाई लिखाई करते, पढ़ लिख के आप आए हैं? सारी बातों को संविधान जानता है, और संविधान के अंदर सब कुछ दिया हुआ है, और पब्लिक आहिस्ता आहिस्ता समझ लेगी। प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि संविधान इंग्लिश में ही था पहले किसी जमाने में, हिंदी में और दूसरी भाषा में अब आने लगा है। इंग्लिश सबको नहीं आती, क्या करोगे? नहीं आती, नहीं पढ़ा लोगों ने। तो लेकिन इंग्लिश आना कोई बहुत बड़ी चीज तो नहीं है। इंग्लिश एक भाषा है, सीख ली, आ गई। हिंदी भी भाषा है, वो हमारी भाषा है। आदमी अपनी भाषा में जल्दी समझता है। आप दूसरी कंट्री जाके, इंग्लैंड में जाके देख लीजिए, उनको हिंदी नहीं आती है, वो क्या समझेगा? लेकिन इंग्लिश की भाषा वो समझते हैं। तो सब जगह ऐसा होता है भाई, भाषा के है, कोई भाषा कोई थोड़ी साइंस विज्ञान तो नहीं है ना कि भाषा के बिना आपको गुजारा नहीं चलेगा। ये लोग अब आहिस्ता आहिस्ता समझ रहे हैं, इसलिए पहले आप समझ लो, बहुत देर हो जाएगी। नहीं तो आप इस देश के मालिक नहीं है, भगवान नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है। आप सिर्फ सीट में बैठाया गया आपको काम करने के लिए। काम करोगे तो ठीक रहेगा, और ज्यादा चौड़ा होके बैठोगे ना तो कोई सीट रहने वाली नहीं आपकी। और भी लोग हैं बैठने के लिए, इस पब्लिक की आदमी ना। वो किसी पार्टी को वोट दे, टाइम ऐसा रहेगा, आपको देखना ऐसा टाइम आ जाएगा, पता लगेगा 400 आदमी आ गए लोकसभा में जो इंडिपेंडेंट है। आपको कोई पूछेगा नहीं, ना कांग्रेस को पूछेगा, ना बीजेपी को, ना किसी को। सब डकैत चोर है सारे। कोई बड़ा चोर है, कोई छोटा चोर है, कोई मर्डर है, कोई रेपिस्ट है। आज की तारीख में तो सारा ऐसे लगता है। अगर एक जनता 233 आपके कहने पे, आपकी शक्ल देख के लोग वोट दे देते हैं कि चलो मोदी को वोट दे दो, इसको वोट दे दो, उसको दे दो, और 233 गंद आ जाती है पार्लियामेंट में, 545। तो ऐसी पार्लियामेंट का क्या फायदा? लोकसभा क्या फायदा ऐसी का? आज हमारी लोकसभा हाउस ऑफ क्रिमिनल्स बनी हुई है। 45% वहाँ पे FIR जिनकी अगेंस्ट से वो लोग बैठे हैं, और हमें शर्म नहीं आती इस चीज पे। हम बहुत खुश हैं कि हमने देखो कितना बड़ा काम किया है। हमें डूब मरना चाहिए देश के आदमियों को कि हमने देखो कितने गंदे लोगों को लोकसभा में बिठाया है। जिनके रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, हिस्ट्री है, उनको हमने बिठाया अपने ऊपर। कानून बनाने, हमारे नियम बनाएंगे, वो हमारे राजा हैं। वो शर्म मुझे आ रही है, पता नहीं आपको आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है। हम ऐसे लोगों को एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं, लात मार के भगा देना चाहिए ऐसे लोगों को, भाग जाए यहाँ से। और पब्लिक जो शांत पब्लिक है, बिल्कुल शांत पब्लिक है, सोने वाली पब्लिक है, कोई चिंता नहीं पब्लिक को क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा। ये हाल है हमारे देश का। जब तक हम नहीं सुधारेंगे, हम सुधर नहीं सकते। और सुधरना अपने हाथ में होता है, किसी दूसरे के हाथ में नहीं होता। हम सब कुछ स्वीकार किए जाते हैं, रोते रहते हैं, उसने ये नहीं किया, मुझे वायदा किया। अरे वायदा नहीं किया तो ग्रहण पकड़ के वायदा पूरा करा, उससे थप्पड़ मारो, उसके नहीं वायदा पूरा करता तो इसलिए वोट मांगने आता है। हाथ जोड़ के वोट नहीं मिलते आज के जमाने में, काम करके मिलते हैं। काम नहीं करोगे तो कोई वोट नहीं मिलेगा। जमाने गए, नेताजी आ रहे हैं, ये बहुत बड़े आदमी हैं, अब हम नेता है, तुम नौकर हो, हम सुपर नेता हैं। हम नेता नहीं है, आप नेता हो तो हम सुपर नेता हैं, हम आपके बॉस हैं। आप हमको जवाब दो, आपने क्या किया लोकसभा में जाके, ये आपकी ड्यूटी है। जवाब नहीं दोगे तो थप्पड़ खाओगे। काम करो, पैसे दे रहे हैं तुमको, भेज रहे हैं बना के अपना अटॉर्नी, तो किस लिए भेज रहे हैं? हमारे बॉस नहीं हो तुम, हमें नहीं बता सकते क्या काम किया। हमारे क्वेश्चन को पार्लियामेंट नहीं उठा सकते, तुम्हारा कोई औकात नहीं है फिर तुम्हें रहने की वहां पे। आ गए हाथ जोड़ के, ये हम इतने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, काम तो करते नहीं हो, हरामखोरी करते हो, रिश्वत खाते हो, पैसा खाते हो, फेरा फेरी करते हो, करोड़ों का गबन करते हो, और नेता हो तुम, डकैत हो तुम, लुटेरे हो तुम, सारे के सारे। 50 करोड़ इलेक्शन में खर्च के जीत रहे हैं जी हम। 25 करोड़ में कोई बिक रहा है MLA, कोई 50 करोड़ में MP बिक रहा है। इंसानों के जानवर हो, कौन हो तुम? ये हमें सोचना होगा, भारत के लोगों को हमें सोचना होगा। ये डर निकाल दो, कोई किसी का कुछ नहीं, मरना है एक दिन सबको है, हम भी मर जाएंगे। इनके हाथों से मरेंगे कि जिसके हाथ से मरेंगे देखा जाएगा। देश तो रहेगा, पब्लिक तो रहेगी, देश कभी खत्म होता है क्या? अरे अंग्रेज नहीं संभाल पाए अपने आप को, ये क्या करेंगे? अंग्रेज जो दुनिया पे कहते थे हम इतनी कंट्रीज पर राज करते थे, वो भाग गए। इनकी क्या बात है? ये तो उनके गुलाम थे, ये तो उनकी चमचागिरी करते थे, इनके जूते पॉलिश करते थे ये लोग, इंफॉर्मेशन देते थे हमारे वहां जाके जो आज गद्दी में बैठे हैं। हम इनकी वो करेंगे? कीचड़ की, ये कीचड़ है, कमल कीचड़ में खिलता है, ये कीचड़ ही तो है, सही तो है। खैर हमें ज्यादा बुराई करने का फायदा नहीं, क्योंकि हमें गुस्सा तो आएगा आएगा, क्योंकि हमारे देश के अंदर जो हो रहा है ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, जो भी आज हो रहा है उसको संभालेंगे नहीं तो हम खत्म हो जाएंगे, याद रख लेना। ये सबके लिए है, मेरे लिए नहीं है। अपने आप को संभाल लो, अपने अधिकारों को समझो, अपनी ड्यूटीज को समझो। इस सरकार से काम ले सकते हो तो लो, नहीं तो भगा दो उसको। काम नहीं करती, नखरे दिखाती है तो कोई दूसरी सरकार आएगी। ये तो चोरों की सरकार है, ईवीएम की चोरी से आई, सबको पता है, हर आदमी जानता है देश का कि ये कैसे आई है। कोई क्रेडेंशियल नहीं था, कोई अचीवमेंट है, फिर भी गवर्नमेंट आई, कैसे आई? हेरा फेरी से आ गई, सब जानते हैं ईवीएम से आई है। तो इसको जल्दी जल्दी से भगा दो, नहीं तो कहो काम करता है करने तो भाग जाए यहाँ से, बस इतना ही है। ये ड्रामे के ड्रामे करते रहेंगे, और कुछ नहीं होगा। अब मैं बाद में बातें करूंगा, अभी मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ इसको। बस आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जिन्होंने मुझे ज्वाइन किया, जो करेंगे आगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच, धन्यवाद। जय भारत, जय संविधान। संविधान पहले है, भारत पहले है, बाकी सब बाद में है।